Hey guys, it's Caitlin Bea and welcome back to my channel. Today we talking about law of attraction and manifestation. I feel like I have to do this with my magic hands. Last year I did my first video about manifestation and I did a whole video about my vision board, how to actually make one for yourself that's effective, the do's and don'ts of a vision board, and a couple of things that I put on mine that have actually come to fruition from visualization and using law of attraction. You guys blew me away with your positive response to that video and we're constantly requesting more and more videos like this. I just gotta say that makes me so happy that you guys are as interested in this as I am, because truly I could talk about this all day. But seriously, reading your guys' stories and feedback from the vision board video and just how you've implemented your own vision boards in your life and have seen all of these crazy transformations and things just manifesting for yourselves, it makes me so happy. I get so pumped up. I feel like it just creates such a positive ripple effect whenever we talk about this and share these videos with each other. Law of attraction has truly changed my life in such a positive way, and looking back at some of the biggest moments and achievements, I guess, of my life, whether I knew it or not at the time, I can now attribute it to law of attraction. And looking back at it, I was like, I was manifesting that, but I didn't even realize I was utilizing it. So I'm sure you guys can maybe think back to some of those moments after watching this video if you're unfamiliar with law of attraction. So today's video is just going to be a general overview and intro to law of attraction, and I'm just gonna go over exactly what it is, how you can start implementing it in your own lives, the first steps and changes that you should make, and shifting your outlook and how to make it more effective for you, and exactly how to use it to manifest your dream life. The law of attraction, simply and easily put, states that in order for you to manifest your desires, you need to become a vibrational match to those people, things, and experiences that you want in life. So there's so many things that I could talk about in this video. There's so much that goes into it. There's books and seminars and podcasts, everything about law of attraction. So I wanted today's video to be an intro to law of attraction, especially for those of you who it's just a completely new thing. If you've never heard of law of attraction, or if you're just starting to implement it. First thing I want to talk about is your beliefs must directly align with your greatest desires. This sounds pretty foolproof, but honestly, it's often our subconscious minds that get in the way of this, or are limiting, beliefs that we have in the back of our heads, or other people's opinions especially getting in the way of this. So if you have any inkling of doubt in yourself, either that you've had ingrained in the back of your head, that gets in the way of what you're desiring, then that belief does not directly correlate with your greatest desire. And you need to match that up, because if you have any kind of conflicting doubt, that's just telling the universe, what do you want? You're telling me this, but then you're also telling me this. So it gets really confusing, and you need to be completely aligned with what you want. I think that's honestly the hardest part, and a lot of you guys, that seems to be your biggest struggle, according to your DMs about manifestation. When I asked you guys a couple weeks ago what you're struggling with, and a lot of people were like, how do I shut off this voice in my head that's telling me I can't do something when I really do want something, but there's a disconnect there, right? So let's say, for example, that it's your greatest desire, you want to manifest being self-employed. Let's say you work a 9-to-5 corporate job, and it's your biggest goal to work from home, work for yourself. If you believe even in the smallest bit that, your dreams aren't realistic, if you're never gonna have a full-time steady income from doing this, then that belief does not directly correlate with your desire. So it's going to be a struggle trying to get there, especially probably as quickly as possible. And I know it's not all about, making something happen as quickly as possible, but you definitely can usually speed up the process. If you are in full alignment and high vibe, you can definitely make things happen so fast sometimes that it literally feels like magic. And I'm gonna tell about one of my experiences here in a little bit, but it can be crazy. A lot of these doubts, especially when it comes to career things, being self-employed, come from, I feel our parents and teachers and people from a different generation that just grew up so differently. And times are changing, okay? The careers that people are just absolutely killing the game at now did not exist even 10 years ago. And I know even 10 years ago, blogging on YouTube was seen as crazy if someone were to say they were gonna do that as a full-time career. I started YouTube 10 years ago, and it definitely was not a career at that point. It's crazy how fast times change, and your dream job, you guys, your career may not even exist yet, which is so weird to think about. As crazy as your dream or your career may seem to yourself, or even to other people especially, you just gotta let that shit go. You cannot let these doubts from others or in your subconscious be in the back of your mind at all times, because if you truly want this to happen and as quickly and effectively as possible, you have to truly believe that it's gonna happen for you. You have to get rid of all the self-doubt and the worry and the false beliefs that you can't actually do this for yourself, whether consciously or subconsciously. In my last video, I obviously talked about how powerful our subconscious mind is, which is so fascinating. So again, if you haven't checked out that video, I will link it down below for you guys to check out after. But my biggest advice going along with that is just you can't blame your situation on, you know, where you're currently at or how you grew up, because truly it's all an excuse just to not go after what you actually desire. It's something, it's like the fear that's holding you back and just coming up with excuses for not doing. And in turn, you're gonna see other people like following their dreams because they're not letting that limiting belief get to them. People have gone through so much worse. So tell yourself every single day that you are so worthy and deserving of whatever it is that you truly desire, no matter how big or small it may be. If you struggle with confidence or self-esteem, especially when it comes to like your craziest dreams and whatnot, I recommend, I know this is super cheesy and like everybody hates to hear this, but just giving yourself some kind of affirmation. It doesn't have to be like, I am beautiful, I am amazing, but it can be, if that will help you. But I like to, what I started doing, I don't really do this as much anymore, but I honestly should write down affirmations, especially if it's something that you're going after. So you could say, I am so worthy and deserving of abundance, of success, whatever it is that you want. Write that down in your favorite pen, on your favorite paper, put that on somewhere that you're gonna see every day. So it could be in your mirror, it could be on your computer. I'm a big fan of putting that as like your wallpaper on your phone and on your desktop, just something that you see and look at every day, just so you can remind yourself constantly. I believe the more that you put something out there that you want in this world, you're gonna get that back faster. I know it's cheesy, but it really does work if you just give yourself that affirmation and just truly believing and like literally ingrain that in your head. Ingrain instead of those false beliefs and doubt, just ingrain new beliefs in your head that you are so worthy, that you're so deserving, that your future self is looking back at you right now and is so proud of you for putting in the work and going after what they desire, because it's gonna be you. Instead of the whole faking it until you make it mentality, I've kind of shifted my mentality more into I'll believe it until I see it. So I know a lot of people also are opposite in that sense, where they like to see it until, or they have to see it to believe it, but I will believe it until I see it. So I'm gonna keep telling myself that I believe that I am worthy, I'm deserving, and I'm knowing my worth and adding to acts. And being confident in that as well is super important. Like even if you say those affirmations to yourself, if you're not being confident and truly believing in what you're saying, there's also gonna be that disconnect there. And I know that can be a really hard thing. Like it feels weird at first. Trust me, like the more you do this, it could be even like a few days, you're gonna start believing it and it's gonna be really powerful. So try that out. Also going along with that, there are so many ways in which we can hold ourselves back and like give ourselves those false limiting beliefs. So if you want me to do an entire video on all of the ways that you can hold yourself back and like how to actually overcome them, let me know by giving this video a thumbs up and letting me know in the comments below, because that could be an entire video in itself. That would be way too long to go into in this video. Next biggest component of law of attraction is that like attracts like. Law of attraction and matching vibrations and raising your vibration simply just means that like attracts like. So if you want, you know, positive things to happen to you, you can, you know, you've heard karma and stuff. It's pretty similar to that. If you want good things to happen to you, you have to project and put out that positivity in order to receive it. And likewise, it could be, you know, for better or for worse. So if you are a negative person, if you're constantly thinking negative thoughts about other people or yourself, especially, then you're probably gonna keep seeing negative things come back to you. You're gonna have that negative self-doubt. You're gonna have negative self-esteem. It reflects you. You know what I mean? Just keep that in mind. Before you know, gossip about someone or before you write a negative comment about someone, just think a little bit about what you're doing and why. And if you really want to attract that back into your life. So be your #1 biggest fan and be your friend's biggest cheerleader. Come to terms with the fact that other people's success has absolutely no effect at all on your own success. If a coworker, for example, is going after a promotion that you are also going after and you're really excited about and they get it instead of you, I feel like our first thought is to be mad at the other person and think negative thoughts and like, oh, they didn't deserve it, blah, blah. I really encourage you to see the best in the situation, but be genuine about it. Obviously, don't just like congratulate them and make it really obvious that you're not excited about it. Realize that there's something so much better coming for you in your own time. The universe has its own timeline and sometimes it doesn't match with what we think our timeline should be. Just because I got a promotion doesn't mean that you're not gonna get this even better promotion a couple months down the road or even a week down the road. Like you have no idea what's gonna happen. So just being positive, being truly happy, grateful, working your off. You're gonna see amazing things happen for you in your own time, and you're gonna look back and be like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I didn't actually get that promotion at that time, because then I wouldn't have gotten this thing. It's just everything always works out in mysterious ways, and that's how law of attraction truly works. So you just gotta be confident in the timeline, be confident in yourself, and truly be happy for others. When I see another influencer getting a campaign that I, pitched for, or that I was really excited, or like a brand that's like my dream brand to work with, and I see them doing a sponsorship for them, for example, I could easily be like, oh, that's so annoying. I deserve that. Why did they get it? Why would they pick them over me? Like, stop like acting like a victim here. Instead, I am super over the moon excited for them. I will be the first to comment when I see that photo and just be truly excited for them. Kind of shifted my mindset in the fact that I'm like, okay, that's so cool that they're able to work with, and they're like, that brand is actually engaging with influencers, and that gets me excited. This world is such a dark place sometimes, and we just need to spread more love and positivity. Just being more conscious about being genuine and sharing your positive thoughts with other people and compliments, I think can go a long way. Also, think of yourself like a magnet, and not a traditional magnet, obviously, that opposites attract, but think about the fact that you are a magnet to whatever you desire in life. So you can literally attract whatever you want. You are a vibrational match to whatever it is that you want in life. So what exactly do you want to surround yourself with? What are you going to be a magnet to? Is it going to be good people? Is it going to be toxic people who put you down and don't believe in your dream? Why do we want anything in this life? A lot of people want money or fame. We want those things because of how we think it's going to make us feel in the long run. A lot of people think money is going to make them happy. Just think about how, being self-employed, for example, or whatever you desire will make you feel. So for me, that would make me feel successful and make me feel happy and excited and accomplished specifically. So in order to raise my vibe to that, I'm gonna try to do everything that I can now in order to feel those same feelings. So what can I do today that will make me feel accomplished or successful or joyful? And that can be so many different things. It doesn't have to relate specifically to your goal. It could be as simple as, I feel so accomplished when I can keep my apartment clean for an entire week. Maybe you feel accomplished if you work out every single day or 3 times a week, but just do more of what makes you feel those positive emotions and moods. All about that vibe, ladies. So how to use law of attraction to live your dream life. By now, hopefully you get the gist of law of attraction, and hopefully these examples kind of help you like see how you can utilize it in your own life. There are so many successful people. I swear every single successful person out there uses law of attraction, whether they talk about it or not. There's so many. They're talking about it more and more, which I think is so cool. So just by taking these first steps and changing your outlook on a couple things, it seems more simple than it actually is. Obviously, getting over that self-doubt and those limiting beliefs that you have in the back of your head isn't something that most of us can just change overnight, but hopefully if you start implementing these, you're gonna start believing them and seeing the results as fast as possible. There are various law of attraction methods, vision boards being one tool that I've talked about, obviously my vision board video, but there's also, just plain visualization is attributed to law of attraction, and same with the 7-second method by Abraham Hicks. I've utilized that to get to where I am now and just to be living my dream life, and I can confidently say that I am living my dream life, and I do remind myself of that every day because I've put in the work and I've put in the visualization. So one way I've used law of attraction is to manifest my dream brand partnerships. One of those brands that I really wanted to work with in general was Revolve. Back when I lived with Sarah a couple of years ago, we drove by the Revolve Social Club on Melrose. I remember we talked about back then, we were like, it would be such a dream to be invited into that social club one day. And at the time it was so exclusive, you guys, like only celebrities pretty much were allowed in there. A couple really big influencers, but they didn't work with like a ton of people at the time. So this was like 2016. I remember we were just like, okay, it's gonna happen for us. Like one day we will be invited in there. One day we're gonna work with them, put it out in the universe, and then believe it. At the time I couldn't justify spending all of that money on their clothes. So instead I would scour their sales section, and sometimes they had like pretty new items go on sale. I also went on Poshmark a lot and found gently worn new items from Evolve. And even if they were like pre-worn or like sale items, I felt so good wearing them. Like whenever I got them, there's something to be said about wearing clothing that elevates you. I started posting in their clothing organically. I wasn't like bombarding, like not every photo was a Revolve photo by any means. And I just was confident that one day they would notice me. So 2018 Coachella time rolls around. Something in the back of my mind was like, I am going to manifest a Revolve Revolve Festival invite. It was insane to like even think that, but whatever. It was around this time that I looked up the law of attraction, different methods, and I became very fascinated with the Abraham Hicks 17-second method, which is basically just to purely sit in your side. Like, it's kind of like meditation, but it's just to visualize and think about something so hard. Just hone in on something, a thought, for 17 seconds, and then eventually grow like 4 more seconds into that, and then up to like 68 seconds, I believe, so that you're thinking uninterruptedly about one thing. And that's like the basis of manifestation, if you can like think about something for 17 seconds or something. And there's more that goes into that, but I found out about that method, and that night I decided to put it to a test. So I did the 17-second method, and I was like full-heartedly thinking about Revolve Festival. And I kid you not, you guys, that next morning I woke up to an email from Revolve inviting me to Revolve Festival, and I screamed, you guys, like I cannot make this shit up. It was the next day, and I'm not saying that like manifestation and law of attraction is gonna happen for you that quickly. Like, that was the quickest something has probably ever happened for me, but sometimes it happens that fast where it feels like magic, and it's so weird. Oh my gosh, I can't even explain it until you experience it. But I truly believe, like, I aligned myself with that belief. I never gave up on the fact that, you know, one day was gonna become my reality, and I was gonna match that vibe, and I was putting that out there. I obviously put in the work, and I think a lot of people, when they struggle with manifestation and law of attraction, if it's not working for them, or they believe that it's not working for them, it's because you're not putting in the work. So obviously I wasn't just like, I'm going to manifest, Revolve is gonna work with me, and I'm never gonna buy their clothes, and I'm never gonna talk about them, I'm never gonna put in the work. I was constantly putting out in the universe, to myself, to people, like I was putting it out there, right? So they eventually found me, and it was just so happened to be the very next day that I was thinking about it, the night before. But for you, it may be something totally different, and maybe you're manifesting your dream house, or maybe you're manifesting a dream trip. You can live your dream life because your future self is living your dream life. She's already living there. You have to believe that you already have it. Believe that you are already living that life. So how are you gonna put it in the work today? How are you gonna put in the visualization today and manifest that life for you? Again, there's so many facets of law of attraction that I could get into, but that would be such a long video. So if you guys want me to do more specific videos and kind of break everything down, I would love to do a video about limiting beliefs that you guys can overcome. I also have a lot of money tips if you guys want to attract wealth and money into your life. If you want a specific video, please give this video a thumbs up for more law of attraction, and let me know in the comments below. And if you guys want me to continue this little series of manifestation, because I think it's so fun. Also, I do need to make a new vision board for this office, and I'm thinking about filming it potentially. I know it's kind of like a personal thing, so maybe I won't, but maybe I could also share like key things that I'm putting on my vision board, and then a year later or something I could look back and we could do like a recap video and see if anything has come to fruition from that already. I don't know, I think that would be kind of a fun video. So again, let me know if you'd like to see that, and always feel free to send me different things that you've manifested. Love sharing them on my stories. Send them my way. I love hearing your guys' stories. But other than that, I hope you guys have a fabulous day, and I will see you in my next one. Mwah!